Hi, welcome to the show. I am Suzanne Lynn. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. We have got an absolutely amazing author coming up next. Her name is Barbara L. Fallow. And when I think about Barbara, I think about all things rainbow because it's kind of the branding that she's brought on for herself is rainbow. And she's just this warm spirit. And I can't wait to introduce you. Welcome, Barbara. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you very much, Susan. I appreciate
Barbara,
having me here.
absolutely. Share with us about your book. Tell us the name of it and just generally what it's about.
Well, my first book novel series ever. It's about Zae and Zuella, two females that are the main characters of it, and it's from a scene within the desert. But it's called Zae Zuella, Kingdom and Thrones. First book series is Lost in Zamaria.
And generally speaking, what is the overall message that you share in this book?
Oh, that Um, being Rainbow Prince and the Rainbow people in our community, of course, everything that I do stems from universal love.
Hmm.
Just being that loving individual, being sincere in exploring and also conveying love clear across the world for everybody. The message is universal love within the book because it shows no gender nor any color. So yeah, there you go, universal love.
Absolutely. And it's so important, especially nowadays. I mean, this message is so incredibly important because there's so much division. And I think when somebody sits down with your book, they go, oh, okay, there are unicorns. This can happen, right?
Yes, there's
Um,
dragons, there's children of the tree, and it's amazing. It's a story that was Susan, I gotta be honest, because I recently started in April of 2020, and my wife had mentioned to me, hey, Barbara, why don't you try writing again? Because I told her how I used to write when I was younger.
right.
And I mentioned to her, she goes, well, we're in here for COVID. Why don't you try to
Mhm.
write? And I told her, and I had said, what am I going to write about? 6 days later, I self published my
Oh
first poem
my
book,
gosh.
which was, no, 13 days to be exact. 6 days is when I completed writing the book, which was my first book was called Rainbow Prince Into the Mind of a Lighted Being. And
Mhm.
I think it was roughly about within a month span after that, my second self-published book, which was for the LGBT community for Pride Month, was A Walk in the Park with Me. So,
Oh,
and a month and a half later, here I go with Zae and Zuella writing the novels, and right now I'm in between five different books. I've got two spiritual books out
oh,
there getting ready to come through. I'm working on my memoir as well as a suspense drama and a love and romance. So I don't know,
wow, Barb. She
all
got
I
you
know is
rolling,
God
and now
had it in
there's no
it.
stopping you now.
No, it's crazy. And I can just literally start to write pretty much. I could pick up from wherever. And I've never seen, my wife goes, things like that don't happen. But I'm like, it's crazy. It just comes to me. And I know, of course, I've got to give props to my Heavenly Father above. I
Yeah,
cannot take credit duly for myself because I know it's coming from him.
yeah,
And because
absolutely.
a message of spreading that universal love, it comes within all my writings that I've done
Mhm.
and all that I stand for. And since April 20th of this year, not only have I written and published a couple of books and got my novel, I am also an inspirational speaker online. So I've been a little busy there.
You
Just
have been a little busy sharing light and love, and that seems to be the universal message that you share in all your books and your
yes, pretty
poetry.
much,
It's light
and
and love.
inspirational as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that is so cool. And you do credit God with a lot of your writing. You say God's hand is in your writing.
exactly. It is because I can't, like I mentioned, Susan. I just sat down and started writing away and writing this novel of Zae and Zuella, Kingdom and Thrones Lost in Zamaria. My wife was amazed at the fact where I'm not even thinking. I don't think. She goes, that's
Wow.
not normal for her. And
Wow.
it's crazy because the first book I've ever truly, truly read besides the Bible was one book, and It was Embraced by Light. And that was
Mm.
such a beautiful book. And I don't know, I was always intrigued of what, God's hand is in that entire book that I read. But there's stories in my life. Of course, I've had ascensions in my own life, and where I'm an individual who is a survivor of 9 times of heart attacks
Oh
since
my God.
2011.
Are you kidding?
No, I am not.
So
At
you
eight,
look at
eight
life,
times people thought it was crazy.
yeah, you look at life a little different than most people then because life is very fragile. Most of us have never experienced something that's life threatening like that. And you've had it so many times. You must look
Exactly.
through a different lens.
Most definitely. I've changed in so many different avenues, but more so in a way where I don't take love for granted. I try my very best not to. Treating individuals with common courtesy and kindness is by far the utmost vital thing to do out there right now, especially now. And
Yeah.
and everything that I do and writings that I've done, especially with Zae and Zuella, it showed that love has no gender. It has no color. And being just simply kind to individuals, especially right now, there's so much
Mhm.
chaos out there that it's chaotic. You
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
need extra help for that. So, and all that I do in my inspirational speaking that I do online, it is to spread love, and which is sincere love that is clear across the world with Rainbow Prince. So, yeah, that's my handle name.
I love it. I love the brand. And we're kind of wrapping up here, but what do you want someone to feel when they read that last page of your book?
The last page of my book, that was a good one. Nice surprise there,
Well, I mean,
Suzanne.
yeah, we've done the whole thing, but they've read that last page and they go, "Oh, I just completed this book." How do you want them to feel? What do you want them to take away? What do
Like
you
they
want
want
them
to
to
know
say about
more
it?
about how love is in life, how it
Yeah,
reacts to things, how things can go from chaos, that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. It truly is. You just
yeah,
got to hang in there and be positive and treat people with just simple kindness. You know what I mean? And it is true. What you do unto others, yeah, really does come back to you eventually down the road. But yeah, in reading that last page of Zanzuela, it even intrigues them more to want to know how love unravels throughout the whole entire novel series. It's a
no,
seven book.
I got to read it now. Now that's it. I'm just going to go right to the last page because now I'm absolutely intrigued. I'm hooked. Okay, well, I imagine just most of the general book areas, bookstores, Amazon can be found.
Yes, Amazon. So, well, I'm actually hoping to get into the film productions with this book series. It's amazing. It's pretty much well versed about everything, everyone, and entails any breed, wherever you come from.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
much you can relate to it because of the love.
and the characters are so vibrant and
Oh, thank
distinct. I
you.
mean, I see this is just made for a movie. So maybe we know
Yes,
somebody
it is.
famous. Oh my gosh,
Well,
you're going to be
I just,
famous one day.
whether it's famous or not, it's something that should be out there because it's a book novel series that should be out there simply because of the simple fact that with the chaos world we got going on, we can use that type of ripple effect of love going around. You know what I mean? Regardless of judgmental, because there's so many things that are going out there right now in reference to chaos. This card is being played. You've got political mess going on. And then we got COVID hunting everybody down.
Yeah.
So, of course, that love and pushing it out there to letting all our fellow people, everybody, regardless what crevices you come from in this earth, the four corners of the world, basically needs to realize and go back and stem back from why we were here from the beginning. We all were born out of love, every one of
Mm.
us. So just to stem
Wow.
back to the whole purpose of practicing that over again, we got this together as a
Barb,
world.
I love the way you said that. Thank you so much. We've got to end there, but thank you for joining us and thank you for spreading such love and light.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Please do check out my Zae and Zuella Kingdom and Thrones first book series, Lost in Zamaria. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Check me out. Amazon, Facebook. We're going to be spreading it out, pushing out. But I am looking for producers to get this out and
Wonderful.
go.
Let's
Thank you,
do it. Let's make
Suzanne.
this happen.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank
Barb.
you so much for having me. I appreciate you. God bless.
Bless you.
Thank you.